Hi, lovelies. So this morning, I spoke about just kind of like my experience at the shelter and how it's been lately. And within that, I've just been healing as well, just as I'm being here. And wow, that was such a beautiful dog. But so one thing that I have really, I didn't even notice that this is something that I was healing until a bit ago. I noticed, well, first of all, I brought up how pretty much when I got here, I understood that, my reasons of being here and, why I was here again this time. And in that video, I spoke about how I'm here this time removing karmic debts or healing karmic debts. It was all about me loaning out money and, whatever. So this morning when I woke up, I noticed like I was sweating, and just the area of where I was sweating, it was just odd. I know, again, like I said, I've been like healing and releasing a lot of different things. And so when you sweat in certain areas, especially while you're asleep, because, your body is restoring and your body is actually healing, it's going through a healing process while you're asleep. So, I noticed, like, I know this sounds so weird, but my butt was like extra sweaty, and I'm just like, what? Like obviously when I'm talking about this, I mean like the outside, like low back, like butt area. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, why am I sweating so bad? Because they have it like extra cold. Like you could probably freeze something in there with the temperatures that they have it. And not really though, I'm just explaining how cold it is in there. So I knew, okay, I'm releasing something spiritually. My body is healing in a spiritual way. And I noticed that as I was kind of sitting and journaling today, God began to bring up, finances. And, I was looking up just this is how it started. So I began to look up, dandruff and what that's all about. Okay. All right. So I love the song. And it was like God was pulling me to look up what that was all about, like what dandruff is all about. Because I've been noticing that my scalp has been like drier, and I've been washing it and using like different types of oils and oil that I've been using, but I just felt that it was extremely dry for like a weird reason. And so I looked up the spiritual meaning of dandruff, and it was associated with stress. And when I was looking into this further, God let me know, like, hey, you stress about money sometimes, and this is something that you're healing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see that. Like, I do. When I don't have money, I kind of stress about it. When I do have money, it's like, okay, what am I going to do, So as I got more into this, I'm like, okay, so I want to build more security around my finances and pretty much how to get better, So God began to guide me through creating a budget, and, this budget was pretty detailed, and, it was pretty strict. It was a very strict budget, which this is something that I've done before. After I left my job back in like 2022, and just how I began to get more like stricter with my budget, because obviously I was losing a form of finances. So within that, you know, God started to open my eyes about other things, and just conversations that I've had with my like significant other in the past. And, you know, I see that that's something that we both kind of struggle with, but I know why, you know, like I know why. And God allowed me to see like a deeper reason of why, and creating this budget so that this is something that, you know, we don't have to like experience anymore. Just being more structured with finances. I know that I have like royal roots within my bloodline, and I know that he does too. So just somewhere within our ancestry, you know, and I'm sure that a lot of people could connect to this in some way, but somewhere within our ancestry, there was an uprootance of, you know, connecting to that royalty, that royalness. And within that, there began to be insecurities around certain areas of our lives that have trickled down into generations. And that, I mean, again, like I said, a lot of people can probably connect to that. But how you're to heal this is by setting roots and grounds on building or rebuilding that foundation that you once had about, you know, finances and money, okay? Really shifting the way you see it, shifting the way that you spend it. And I really made sure that when I was creating this budget with God, I was focusing on, you know, with the intention of this is going to heal our issues and insecurities surrounding money. And I know within that, God is going to bless these finances, bless this income even more, okay? We just have to first, wow, that was a lot of spit that just came out of my mouth, but we just have to first work on restoring and the way that we view income, the way that we view money, so that this foundation can be more solid, more secure. And then God will bless other avenues and other ways for more income to come in. So I just wanted to share that, because, you know, I didn't want my other video to seem like I was just like bashing the shelter. I wasn't. You know, obviously I could have been connected to that as well, that spiritual death, because again, I am healing and I'm releasing a lot of different things. And again, like I said, we're all in transition. So I'm just very serious about my transition and serious about healing these specific areas in my life. And I'm grateful that God allowed me to further see, you know, I actually have proof showing that, okay, this is an area in my life that's being healed. This is an area in my life that I'm working on, and it's perfect because it aligns with my reason of being here, to heal karmic debt.